Hi everyone, welcome to part 2 of how to start a profitable business in 2026. Remember that in part 1 we talked about the questions that you're going to ask yourself before you start a business. We talked about how to find an idea and make sure that the idea is something that can last long, not some businesses that they are dead on arrival. We need to make sure that the idea that you are getting or the business that you want to venture into is something that is sustainable and futuristic. Today, in part 2, we are going to be talking about the foundational work that you need to put in place before you start your business. Before I go fully into part 2, I want to talk about some things that I observed in part 1. Like I said in part 1, I talked about basically finding an idea. Some people said I am talking about something and I'm not talking about something. Now, I am talking on how to start a business, not how to sustain a business. Do you understand? How to start a business is different. What how to start a business comprises of things that you're going to do before you start a business and starting the business. It's a different thing on how to sustain it, or it is a different topic entirely on how to sustain a business. Starting a business actually deals with what you are going to do before you start, and when you start, what you are going to put in place. Not to waste too much time, let's go straight up into the foundational work that you're going to do before you start a business, and that's what we're going to be talking about in part 2. Stay tuned. Now, before you start a business, there are some things that you must do, that you must patiently do, or actions that you must patiently put in place, or else you may not be able to start properly. You start your business, but it will not be properly. We're talking about how to properly start or launch a business in 2026. This foundational work, most people actually rush this aspect, but I would advise you, if you are watching this video, do not rush this aspect. This aspect is going to take you roughly about 3 to 6 months, but honestly, it's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it. It's a bit stressful, but at the end of the day, you're going to thank God that you actually listened and you actually went through these stages. The first foundational work that you're going to do is studying the market on foot and not online. Emphasis on foot. Remember I said on foot and not online, and there's a reason why I said you should study the market on foot. Now, for instance, if you want to go into, let's say, a wig business, you understand? Most people nowadays, when they want to start a business, like when you start going to people's Instagram pages and or businesses Instagram pages and start checking. No. It's not totally wrong, but it's not totally right. If I were you, what you do is you study the market on foot. Now, physically dress up, enter the bedroom, take your bath, dress up, dress really nice. Go to business or go to places that looks like what you want to set up. What I'm trying to say is, if you want to set up a wig business, go to wig stores, enter, act like you want to buy a wig and ask questions. Do you understand? If you want to set up a salon or a boutique, go to places that look like what you want to have and make your inquiries. I'm not saying you should buy, you can buy to gain the trust of, for instance, now, if I want to set up a clothes business now, I'll go to like 10 to 20 boutiques to go and make inquiries. Do you understand? Go to 10 places that have the kind of thing that you want to set up and ask questions, make inquiries. The reason why I said go to at least 10 places is, if I'm the one, I'll go to like 20 or 30 places. But I understand that you don't have my kind of grit. You don't have my tenacity, you don't have my kind of grit. Go to at least 10 places and ask questions. So visit the store, meet with the shop owners, ask questions, be methodical in your questions. Be methodical, be calm, be polite. Just ask them. You pretend like you want to buy something. For instance, if it's a boutique, you pretend that you want to buy clothes. Then you can start asking of the prices of each clothes. So how much is this? How much is this? How much is this? If I want to buy two, are you going to give me discount? Do you understand? It's just to give you insight into how this business operates. Do you understand? So if I want to buy, look, how many will I buy for you to give me discount? What if I buy 10? You're not going to give me discount. You see, a normal business person will tell you, if you're buying up to 5, I can give you discount. But can you like that? You'll be like, all right, I will actually love to buy. At the end of the day, you may not buy, but at least you must have gained one or two. You can go to like 10 places like that and ask how they relate with customers, how they talk, how they attend to people, how they price, how they what is their pricing strategy. Another thing you will gain from going to physical stores is you will be able to know what people buy most. For instance, now, if you are in a place and you spend like 30 minutes, within that 30 minutes, you may actually see or meet like 2 to 3 working customers for that store, and you will see how what they are demanding for, how they are asking. I don't know. That way, you'll be able to observe what people are buying the most, what is hard for customers to find, but they really need. Do you understand? After you are done with those things, you've gone to 10 or more places to go and make inquiries. The next thing you're going to do is look for somewhere to learn the trade either freely or by payment. Now you can learn anything in two ways. Either you learn it for free or you learn it by paying somebody. In most cases, for you to be if you want to learn faster, you actually have to pay. But in a situation whereby you do not see somebody to teach you, let me give you a strategy. You can learn for free. Now, this is a bit this is a bit funny, but it's still something you can do. Now, if you, for instance, see a store that you want to have something like that, you can just there are two ways. You can write an application there to work as a worker, maybe as a staff or a sales boy or a sales girl, just to be with them for like 2 to 3 months. Do you understand? That now working with them this time around, their payment does not matter. How much you pay does not matter. You know what you want to get. Do you understand? So you can write application to work with them, or you can talk to them like you want to volunteer and help. Although that kind of looks fishy for a business owner that is smart, they will understand that it's possible that you want something because nobody wants to do a free job. But you can still talk to them if you are convincing enough that I don't know, I'm free at home and I really wish I can be going somewhere. So I feel like you are closer to my place and I don't know if I can be resuming here every morning to do something for you. A reasonable person will actually agree. Okay, come. Since it's free, it's not like maybe you are the person can just restrict you to cash and to some products because they don't know if you are coming to steal or not, which is actually normal and smart. But do you understand? You can be there for like 2 to 3 months observing what they are doing. And again, by payment. By payment means you talk to somebody and be like, I want to stay with you for 3 months. I'll pay you per month. You teach me this thing. That one is just negotiation, just pure negotiation. I want to come and learn this thing that you are doing. I'm going to pay you maybe 50K, maybe you know how people do in fashion designing now. You go and upgrade that kind of stuff. I want to learn this. You pay them, then they will teach you. That way you can boldly ask questions and boldly ask for directions. Now, in the space of working with or for them, is that you're working with them or you're working for them? What are the things that you are hoping to learn or hoping to gain from it? You're not just resuming work. You're not just going there just to go and spend time with them or to just go and do anything. You are going there for a purpose. You're going there and you have to be like really crazy about your goal. Now you are learning four things. You are learning the process of doing that business. What does it entail to do that business? What do I need? Do I need a certificate? Do I need to join an association? Do you understand? There are some businesses that you cannot operate without joining an association, even though association in Nigeria is now voluntary, which means you can decide to join, you can decide not to join, but you still need to know that is it a business that can operate with or without joining an association. The second thing you're going to learn, or you're hoping to learn while working with them or working for them, is we want to know the suppliers. Now, it's possible that before you pick the business, maybe you know the suppliers before, but knowledge is never too much. You don't know whether this person you're working with has a different supplier from your own. So you want to know who are the suppliers of these people. I want to know the suppliers. Then I'm not saying you want to maybe collect your boss customer or you want to collect their customer, but you want to know the suppliers or you want to know other suppliers. And if by chance they use your own supplier, that means you're on the right track. Thirdly, you want to know their pricing strategy. Now, let me tell you, and if you are very observant, you know that what I'm saying is true. Now, if you enter a store or you have a vendor that says the wholesale price for a particular product is, let's say, like 15,000 naira wholesale price. When they say something is wholesale price, that means it's not negotiable. That's like the last price is 15,000. If you are very observant, you will notice that there are still some customers that the boss can sell that same thing for at the rate of 14,500. Even though the wholesale price is 15,000, that means if you want to buy, if anybody wants to buy, that means even if Tinubu enter that shop and want to buy, Tinubu will buy it for 15,000 naira. But if you are very observant and you are very watchful, there will be some people that the boss will always give discounts or the boss will be led to give discounts. So it is part of the pricing strategy. See, it's not, we know, it's not, we know that you want to make profits and there is a stable price for every goods, but there's still some things that you need to learn from people that are in the business. How to the benefit of giving. It's not everybody you give discounts. It's not every customer you give discount. But there are some people that you strategically give discounts to. Is there to encourage them to stay with you or to buy their trust? Or just you learn the pricing strategy. For instance, now there are some businesses that the price they sell one is different from the price they sell two or three. The price they sell one or the price they sell five is different from the price they sell 10. All these things you need to learn, you need to know, because if you're not in the business or if you don't have experience of the business, you will not know. Eventually, when you start your own business, you may know, but it might have maybe like a year or 2 years after, and in that 1 year or 2 years after, things might have gone to another things that might have gone south before you even discover. So it's better that within this 1, 2, 3 months that you are staying with them, that you are working for them or with them, you pay attention to all these little things. The last thing that you're going to observe is the tricks and other things around the business. Every business has its own trick and things that you're going to. So I really do not want this video to be long. So the last thing I'm going to observe is the trick and other things around the business. See, every business has its own tricks and method. That's why you see two businesses. One is thriving and one is not thriving. One is growing and one is not growing. Do you understand? Business is not jazz, or is not something that you just dabble into. You need to like learn the tricks and methods of doing a particular business. Business differs, business varies. So each business, every business has the trick attached to it, and you need to know these tricks before you start your own business. You need to learn them before you start your own business. Do you understand? Finally, if you have not subscribed, make sure that you subscribe to this channel. Also, I want to hear your comments. Drop your comments and share to people that you know this video will be of benefit for. Please make sure you share. When you subscribe, you encourage me. When you comment, I hear you. And when you like, you tell me that you actually like it. See you in my next video, part 3. Watch out for it.